Did you know the first hour after you wake up could determine whether you live to 90 or struggle to reach 70? It sounds dramatic, but it's true. Every morning, countless seniors unknowingly make small choices that quietly speed up aging, weaken the heart, fog the mind, and steal years from their lives before breakfast is even over. But here's the good news. There's a handful of simple, powerful habits backed by science and practiced by the longest living people on earth that can completely rewrite your future. And the best part, one of them takes just 30 seconds. So stay with me. In the next few minutes, you will discover 7 gentle, realistic morning habits that can help you move easier, think clearer, and possibly live longer starting tomorrow. Before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from and what time of day is it for you right now? Drop a comment below. I truly read them all. Even a small moment from your day means a lot to me. And if you find this helpful, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next life-changing tip. Have you ever woken up feeling groggy with a heavy head, stiff limbs, and that slow, dragging sensation that seems to follow you all morning? Most people assume that's just a normal part of aging, but it may not be. It might actually be your body crying out for something incredibly simple, something most of us forget the moment we open our eyes: water. You see, after 7 or 8 hours of sleep without drinking, your body enters a state of mild dehydration. That may not sound serious, but for people over 60, it can quietly strain the heart, thicken the blood, and reduce circulation to the brain and kidneys. Researchers at Harvard have found that this overnight dehydration, if left unaddressed, accelerates aging by up to 31% at the cellular level. Your blood becomes sluggish, your heart must work harder to pump it, and tiny vessels in your brain may suffer damage long before you feel anything at all. This hidden stress, repeated every morning for years, slowly erodes your vitality. Sylvia, a 72-year-old retired librarian from Ohio, knows this firsthand. She had been battling chronic fatigue, poor kidney function, and early signs of cognitive decline. Her doctors were discussing dialysis options, and she felt her independence slipping away. Then one morning, at the urging of a wellness nurse, she began a simple ritual, drinking a full glass of water before she even left bed. In just 60 days, her kidney markers improved by 28%, and her doctor asked what medication she had started. Her answer surprised him. No pills, just water, first thing in the morning. That's the beauty of this habit. It's simple, free, and powerful. When you hydrate right after waking, you help your body flush out toxins, support kidney function, and prepare the digestive system for the day. You're also thinning your blood, gently relieving pressure on your heart, and sending much-needed oxygen to your brain. It's like giving your entire body a quiet, respectful wake-up call. So here's what you can do. Each night before bed, place a 16-ounce glass of clean water, just plain room temperature water, on your nightstand. Then when you wake up, before your feet even touch the floor, drink it all slowly but steadily. Not coffee, not tea, just water. Room temperature is best. Cold water can shock your system first thing in the morning and may cause mild digestive discomfort. It might sound like a small habit, but over time it can create real transformation. You may know. And more than anything, your body begins to trust that it's being taken care of, that it won't have to fight so hard just to function. Many older adults blame age for symptoms like foggy mornings, stiff muscles, or irregular bathroom habits. But sometimes it's not age, it's hydration. And when you start your day by giving your organs what they need most, you shift your whole physiology toward healing and renewal. This isn't a gimmick. It's what centenarians in many blue zones naturally do without even thinking. They rise slowly, greet the day with presence, and give their body water as their first act of gratitude. What would happen if you started doing the same? Your morning routine doesn't need to be complicated to be powerful. It just needs to be consistent, caring, and kind to your aging body. So tomorrow, when you open your eyes, remember Sylvia and that single glass of water that gave her life a second win. Will you make this your new morning ritual, Your heart, your brain, your kidneys. They're all waiting for it. Some mornings you might wake up feeling tired even after a full night's rest, like your body is awake but your mind is still heavy. You move slowly, your thoughts feel foggy, and no matter how much coffee you drink, something inside you still feels off. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and the reason may surprise you. It's not your sleep. It's not your age. It might be your light. You see, the first light your eyes receive each morning acts like a reset button for your entire body. Natural morning sunlight signals your brain to start your internal clock, the circadian rhythm that controls your energy, your sleep, even your blood pressure. Without that signal, your body stays in night mode far longer than it should. And that delay can lead to insomnia, fatigue, low mood, and long-term issues with memory and focus. Researchers at the National Institute on Aging discovered something powerful. When older adults get natural light within 30 minutes of waking, their melatonin production later in the evening rises by over 70%. That means deeper sleep, better repair at night, and calmer moods during the day. Even more impressive, early morning light exposure is linked to a 37% lower risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases like dementia and Alzheimer's after age 70. Benjamin, a 75-year-old grandfather from Oregon, used to suffer from chronic insomnia. He would lie awake for hours at night, then feel sluggish and irritable the next day. He tried everything: sleeping pills, supplements, meditation, but nothing worked long-term. Until one day a doctor gave him a surprising piece of advice. Don't add anything, just go outside within 30 minutes of waking, rain or shine, and sit in the morning light. Benjamin thought it sounded too simple, but he gave it a try. He poured his morning coffee, stepped onto his front porch, and sat quietly in the early light for just 10 minutes. And within 2 weeks, something shifted. He began falling asleep faster, waking up more refreshed, and noticed that his blood pressure, previously high, had dropped by nearly 15 points. Even his afternoon energy crashes disappeared. That's the power of natural light. It's not just about seeing better. It's about letting your body feel safe, synchronized, and awake at the right time of day. When your brain registers daylight early, it activates hormones that boost alertness, support digestion, and improve emotional regulation. Later, when the sun sets, your body knows it's time to rest and releases melatonin naturally. So what can you do to experience the same benefits? Start simple. Each morning, aim to get at least 10 minutes of natural sunlight within the first 30 minutes after waking. If you can step outside even on a cloudy day, that's best. Outdoor light is still 50 to 100 times stronger than indoor light. But if going outside isn't an option, sitting near an open window works too. In colder seasons, you might consider a medical-grade light therapy lamp, but always try natural light first. It may seem small, but this single habit helps your body reestablish its natural rhythm, a rhythm that keeps your heart steady, your mind sharp, and your mood balanced. Many seniors live in artificial lighting for most of the day, never realizing how it quietly disrupts their internal systems. But you don't have to be one of them. By honoring your body's need for morning light, you give it one of the most powerful signals of safety, clarity, and healing. The next time you wake up before reaching for your phone or turning on the TV, try this instead. Open your curtains. Step outside. Let your eyes soak in the day. It's not just sunlight, it's medicine for your mind. And it's free, waiting for you every single morning. You know that feeling when you wake up and everything feels stiff, your knees don't bend quite right, your back resists, and even your fingers move slower than they used to? It's tempting to think, well, that's just part of getting older. But in many cases, that morning stiffness isn't a sign of aging. It's a quiet message from your joints and muscles. Please move me. Our bodies were built for motion, not stillness. And after a night of rest, your joints need a gentle reminder to wake up, to stretch, and to bring life back into your limbs. The truth is, what you do in the first few minutes after rising can shape how your body feels for the rest of the day. And it doesn't take long, just a few minutes of gentle movement can help you feel lighter, looser, and more in control of your body. Harriet, a 68-year-old retired school teacher, had nearly given up on her knees. She lived with chronic arthritis pain for years, and her doctor had already scheduled her for knee replacement surgery. She dreaded the idea of surgery, not just the recovery, but the thought of losing even more independence. As a last resort, her physical therapist suggested something simple: move gently every morning for 7 minutes before eating, before coffee, before anything else. Harriet was skeptical, but she tried it. She began each day with slow ankle circles, wrist rolls, and gentle bending at the waist. She would stretch her arms above her head, sway side to side, and make light movements in her knees and hips. Nothing intense, just enough to say, "I'm still here." Within 3 months, something remarkable happened. Her pain had eased so much that her doctor canceled the surgery. Harriet could walk more freely, tend to her garden again, and even play with her grandkids on the porch. This isn't a miracle, it's science. According to researchers at the Mayo Clinic, gentle movement before breakfast activates a process called autophagy, your body's natural cleanup system. Autophagy works like a cellular janitor, or sweeping away inflammatory debris that builds up overnight, especially around joints. When you stay still too long, that inflammation sticks around, making joints feel stiff and painful. But when you move even lightly, you trigger the body to begin cleaning, healing, and lubricating the areas that need it most. And here's the best part: you don't need to work out or break a sweat. Just spend 5 to 10 minutes moving in ways that feel good. Try rotating your wrists, your ankles, your knees. Reach your arms gently overhead and let your spine lengthen. Bend forward as far as you can without strain and hold for a few seconds. Even slow marching in place or gentle side sways can help. The key is consistency, not intensity. Your body doesn't need force. It needs kindness and rhythm. And morning is the perfect time because your nervous system is still calm, your digestion hasn't started, and your mind is more open to establishing a peaceful routine. This quiet, intentional movement is a gift you give yourself, not just for flexibility, but for confidence, balance, and ease. Many seniors fear losing mobility more than anything else. And rightfully so. When walking becomes difficult, life begins to shrink. But every time you choose to move your body gently, you're sending a powerful message. I still belong to this world. I can still move through it. So tomorrow morning before your coffee or breakfast, take those 5 minutes. Stretch, sway, rotate, breathe. Let your body feel seen and supported. You might be surprised how far those simple movements can carry you, not just through the day, but through the years ahead. Some mornings, it's not your body that feels tired, it's your mind. You wake up with a tight chest, a heavy feeling in your heart, and a cloud that you can't quite shake off. And even though nothing bad has happened yet, there's a quiet tension that follows you from the moment you rise. This hidden stress is more than just uncomfortable. Over time, it can wear down your immune system, strain your heart, and rob you of calm, clarity, and joy. But in a small mountain village in Sardinia, Italy, a place known for having some of the longest living people on earth, elders begin their day differently. They don't rush into chores or turn on the news. Instead, they step outside, close their eyes, and simply breathe. Deep, slow, rhythmic breathing. Not just out of habit, but with intention, like they're giving their nervous system permission to relax, to settle, and to begin the day in peace. Longevity researchers call this the centenarian breath ritual. And it's not just poetic, it's profoundly biological. Studies show that focused morning breathing activates the vagus nerve, the long nerve that runs from your brainstem through your heart and down into your belly. When you stimulate this nerve, it tells your body you're safe, your heart rate slows, inflammation decreases, and your blood pressure begins to regulate itself gently and naturally. In fact, scientists at the Longevity Institute have found that just 30 seconds of intentional breathing each morning can reduce stress hormone levels by up to 48%. It also improves heart rate variability, a key marker of cardiovascular resilience, and calms the overactive fight-or-flight response that many seniors live with unknowingly. Douglas, a researcher who spent time with elders in Sardinia, remembers a shepherd named Angelo, who was 96 years old and still walking steep hills with strength. When asked about his secret, Angelo didn't mention diet or exercise. He simply said, "I breathe in the morning so my heart knows I'm thankful for another day." And then he smiled. It was that simple and that powerful. So how can you bring this practice into your life? Here's a gentle method known as the 478 breathing technique, developed by integrative health experts and practiced by centenarians around the world. Find a quiet spot, ideally after your morning water and before breakfast. Sit comfortably, feet on the floor, shoulders relaxed. Then begin. Inhale through your nose quietly for 4 seconds. Hold that breath gently for 7 seconds. Then exhale slowly and completely through your mouth for 8 seconds, making a soft whooshing sound. Repeat this cycle 4 times. That's it, just 30 seconds, but the benefits ripple through your entire day. You may not feel dramatic changes right away, but over time, this one habit can shift the way your body handles stress, pain, and even emotional ups and downs. It gives your aging heart space to soften. It allows your mind to reset with grace, and it invites your nervous system to step out of survival mode and into healing. For many seniors, life is filled with invisible weight worries about health, finances, loneliness, or simply the pace of change. But you deserve moments of stillness. You deserve mornings that start not with urgency, but with oxygen, silence, and intention. And you don't need anything fancy, just your breath and a little willingness. So tomorrow, before the world rushes in, take those 30 seconds. Breathe like your life depends on it, because in some ways it truly does. Breakfast has always been called the most important meal of the day. But for many older adults, it quietly becomes the most damaging without anyone even realizing it. Toast with butter, a bowl of sweet cereal, or maybe just a cup of coffee and a banana. It feels light, quick, and easy to digest. But inside the body, it may be setting off a chain reaction that speeds up aging, fogs the brain, and strains the heart. You see, as we grow older, our metabolism becomes more sensitive to what we eat in the morning. Our blood sugar control weakens, inflammation increases faster, and the first meal of the day can either stabilize or destabilize our entire system. According to researchers at the Longevity Nutrition Institute, a breakfast high in refined carbs and sugars leads to sharp insulin spikes followed by crashes in energy, mood, and focus. Over time, this pattern contributes to weight gain, prediabetes, and even memory loss. Yet this is the breakfast pattern most Americans have trusted for decades. But there's another way. In long-lived communities like Okinawa in Japan or the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, people over 90 consistently start their day with protein and fiber, not sugar. And that one choice changes everything. Protein helps rebuild and protect muscles, regulate appetite, and support brain function. Fiber slows digestion, lowers cholesterol, and feeds healthy gut bacteria, improving immunity and mood. Gerald, a 68-year-old former mechanic from Michigan, found this out the hard way. He had just been diagnosed with prediabetes. His doctor warned that if nothing changed, insulin injections would be next. But instead of jumping straight to medication, Gerald tried something different. He worked with a dietitian to completely rethink just his breakfast. He swapped his morning toast and jam for a bowl of Greek yogurt with chia seeds, blueberries, and a sprinkle of walnuts. Some mornings he made a veggie omelet with avocado and a small portion of oats on the side. That was it. Same schedule, same kitchen, just better ingredients. And 6 months later, his blood sugar was back in a healthy range, and his doctor was stunned. Gerald said it best, "I didn't even touch lunch or dinner. I just started with the morning." So what does a longevity supporting breakfast actually look like? It's not about eating more, it's about eating smarter. Aim for at least 25 grams of high-quality protein eggs. Greek yogurt, lentils, or plant-based protein shakes are all great options. Add in 8 grams or more of fiber. Try oats, chia seeds, berries, or sautéed greens like spinach or kale. Top it off with healthy fats, avocado nuts, or a drizzle of olive oil to keep your heart happy and your energy steady. And one more thing, try to avoid refined carbs and sugary foods before 10 a.m. Things like white bread pastries and sugary cereals might taste comforting, but they don't support your body's real needs after 60. They spike blood sugar quickly and leave you drained, hungry, and inflamed just hours later. Your body especially now deserves a steadier kind of fuel. A good breakfast isn't just about nutrition. It's a quiet message you send to your body every morning. I want you to be strong. I want you to heal. I'm here to take care of you. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for toast or coffee, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what would my 90-year-old self thank me for? And then give your body the gift of a breakfast it can truly use to repair, to strengthen, and to carry you forward one healthy day at a time. Some people think that loneliness is just a feeling, but science has shown it's a condition that silently affects the body like high blood pressure or poor sleep. And for older adults, especially after retirement or the loss of a spouse, those quiet mornings can become longer, heavier, and harder to fill. Yet hidden in those early hours lies something deeply powerful, something that doesn't come in a pill bottle but can extend your life just the same. A groundbreaking 80-year study from Harvard found that seniors who engage in meaningful social connection before 10 a.m. experience a 29% lower risk of all-cause mortality. That means fewer heart issues, stronger immunity, and even better cognitive health just from talking to someone early in the day. It turns out your nervous system listens closely to what happens when you wake up. And the presence of even brief connection through voice-eye contact or simple laughter can reset your body's internal chemistry in remarkable ways. In Okinawa, Japan, one of the world's blue zones where people often live past 100, researchers noticed a beautiful habit. Every morning, neighbors step outside to greet each other. Just a few minutes of casual conversation, a soft smile, a quick check-in. How did you sleep? Will you join us for tea later? And while it may seem small, these moments are woven into the reason why these elders live not only long but well. One 97-year-old woman explained, "If I don't speak to someone in the morning, the day feels off. My heart stays quiet." That's not just a poetic sentiment. It's biology. Social connection boosts oxytocin, lowers cortisol, and improves heart rate variability, all powerful predictors of longer life and emotional resilience. And you don't need a crowd or deep conversation to feel the effects. Even a 3-minute phone call, a warm exchange at the grocery store, or a shared smile with someone in your household is enough to begin the shift. So tomorrow morning before the world gets noisy, try reaching out in a small, intentional way. Call your daughter just to say good morning. Chat briefly with your spouse over coffee, not just about chores, but about how you feel. Or wave to your neighbor and ask about their garden, their deck, or the weather. This small act of connection becomes a morning ritual, a form of medicine that requires no prescription, just presence. Because you weren't meant to age in silence. You were meant to be heard, seen, and remembered. Your voice still matters. So share it, even if just for a moment. And let that moment remind your body, your mind, and your heart that you are not alone. When was the last time you thanked your body not for how it looks, but for how it's carried you through life? Have you ever placed your hand on your chest and quietly said, "Thank you, heart, for beating through every moment I didn't even notice"? It may sound simple, maybe even odd at first, but this tiny act of gratitude has the power to change the way you age, starting from the inside. Patricia, a 74-year-old woman from North Carolina, had been struggling with stubborn high blood pressure. Despite medication, her reading stayed unpredictable and her doctor was growing concerned. Then she came across a study about morning gratitude and decided to try something she had never done before. Each morning before breakfast, she would sit quietly, place her hand over her heart, and thank 3 specific parts of her body out loud. Her eyes for letting her see her grandchildren's faces, her legs for still walking her through the grocery store, her heart for beating without asking for anything in return. At first, she wasn't sure if it was helping, But after 3 months of this quiet, intentional ritual, her blood pressure stabilized. Her heart rate variability improved by 31%, a key indicator of cardiovascular health. When her doctor asked what medication she had changed, she smiled and said, "Just my thoughts." Science now supports what ancient traditions have long understood. Researchers at Yale University found that directed gratitude focusing on specific parts of the body can reduce cortisol levels by 23%, lowering stress and inflammation. It also increases activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for emotional regulation and decision-making. That means clearer thinking, calmer responses, and greater resilience, especially in older adults. So how do you practice it? It's easy. Right after your morning breathing exercise, sit or lie back and gently place your hand over your heart. Close your eyes if it helps. Then name 3 parts of your body you are grateful for and why. Say it out loud or in your mind if that feels more natural. For example, I'm grateful for my hands that let me hold the hands of others. I'm grateful for my lungs that fill with air every single day. I'm grateful for my knees even if they ache because they still carry me through. It's not about ignoring pain or pretending everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging the quiet strength that's still within you. Your body has worked hard for decades, and in return, it needs something more than prescriptions. It needs your kindness. This isn't magic. It's a shift in mindset that sends a ripple through your nervous system, your hormones, even your immune cells. It's you saying, I may be older, but I still choose to speak to my body with love. So tomorrow morning, take 2 minutes. No equipment, no cost, no side effects. Just you, your breath, and a gentle thank you. Your body has waited a long time to hear it. Walter didn't change his life overnight. At 65, he was just like many others, tired, uncertain, and quietly worried about the road ahead. But instead of giving in to decline, he chose something different. He made one small change, then another, and slowly his mornings became a foundation for strength, clarity, and calm. Now at 93, he still drives gardens and lives independently. Not because he's lucky, but because he began with one decision. That's the truth most people overlook. Longevity isn't found in one big fix or perfect discipline. It's built through small, consistent acts of care, especially in the first hour of your day. Your mornings are where your story shifts. And even if you're in your 70s or 80s, that story is still being written. So take a breath. Let go of the idea that it's too late or too hard. You don't have to do everything. Just start with one thing tomorrow morning. Drink water, breathe, move, or simply step into the sunlight. Because every small habit you build is like a quiet promise to your future self. And that future self, the one who still walks, still laughs, still remembers, they'll thank you for what you did today. What habit will you start with tomorrow? Which one spoke to your heart and made you pause? If you found this message helpful, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll never miss the next tip that could change your health or your life. And before you go, I'd love to know, which morning habit will you try first? Leave a comment below. Your story might just inspire someone else to begin theirs.